we are back doing some manga chapter reviews. It's been a while since I did this, so we're back trying to push out some content as a married man now in my life. Spoiler alert. If you guys haven't read these chapters, this is spoilers. I'm saying spoilers. So, yeah, you've been warned. This is spoilers. I even put it in the YouTube title. But, anyways, let's jump straight to it. We're going to talk about chapter 252. I'm late in the game catching up. So, yeah, chapter 252. Man, all I gotta say is that Osaragi, I don't know how she bounced back. She must have a high tolerance to poison. If you guys don't know, she went against that weird, assassin that had the covering, the face mask covering, and the baby. All I gotta say is that literally the masked assassin was like, this woman is a ghost, and so forth, because how she's still standing, fighting with poison flowing through her body. And there were times where Osaragi actually was like so close to hitting her with a killer insane hit that just would have ended the fight right there. But she dodged. But of course, Osaragi did get the win in the end. She literally picked up her buzzsaw and chopped her head off while she was trying to hide in the closet, the masked assassin. And yeah, all I gotta say is, dang. Then she just plopped on the floor and so forth. But I just love the connection between Osaragi and Shishiba, because it's like older brother and little sister. That's the vibes that I'm getting with these chapters between Osaragi and Shishiba. So we're gonna fast forward up to chapter 255. Basically, what happened in this chapter is that, Gozu versus Shishiba. Gozu was really giving Shishiba the work, and Gozu was actually having the upper hand in the battle, on and off, but he was so amazed by Shishiba resilience and so forth that he was like, man, how in the heck can this guy keep taking these hits and all this and all that? And he was like, is it because he's just naturally gifted? And it's just like, well, they are called the Order for a reason. So we have, up to these chapters from 252 to 255, Gozu and Shishiba were battling out. Shishiba was trying to steal his resolve and so forth in the match. And if you actually have the Shonen Jump app, um pretty much pages 5 through like 10 on chapter 255 really made us like, oh snap, Shishiba is actually dead. He's saying, oh, look after Osaragi for me and so forth. But of course, that didn't happen because the man came in clutch. I'm trying to remember his name. It's Amane's dad and so forth. So Amane's dad came and saved, I think it's Yotsumura. So yeah, he came, he pretty much saved Osaragi and was like, hey, she barely survived, but she did it. Y'all both did it. So that's the crazy part. These two chapters stick out to me because it's like the old order versus Slur's kind of like order. Two villains have fallen that work with Slur, which we know is Kazuki, So with that being said, dang, what is going to happen next? So let's review real quick. Chapter 252, Osaragi won against the masked lady. Buzzsaw her head clean off. And then we got, battle between Gozu and Shishiba. stealing each other resolves and so forth, all the way up to chapter 255. And yes, those guys were throwing hands. I mean, fighting literally like everywhere. It was insane. And the sheer amount that Gozu had and adaptability with his electricity, kind of like powers or body. Speaking of that, and think chapter 254 ish or 253, he was saying, "Hey, I got operated on. My body was the ones that lasted." So, yes, he had body enhancements on him, which is electricity. And he absorbed a lot of electricity in Japan, in a certain area. That's where they were at. So, yeah, definitely he gave Shishiba the work. Shishiba almost died due to his wounds, but he survived. Literally. But we're going to talk about what's next because we already talked about the two key points and the conclusion of those battles. What's next is Saba versus, I think, I forgot his name, is one of the overprotective brothers, and he has a sibling, like a sister. And Saba, you know, is looking pretty beat up. He's looking rough. He has blood, trickling down, his forehead, down to his face. And all I gotta say is that, man, this guy has been taking a butt whooping. But who knows what's gonna happen next? Hopefully, Saban could come out on top. But if not, I'm not making any predictions. But hey, we may never know. But hopefully, you guys can say something down in the comments. Let me know what you guys are going to think next. And I'm just catching up in the manga world, because as a married man, in life, I've been busy, 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 busy. But yeah, you guys in the comments, let me know what you think is going to happen with Saba. Do you think any of the order members are going to win against their battles against Slur? Who do you think is going to pass away? And speaking of that, the man himself, how is Sakamoto doing? And with that, we're going to conclude the video. Please, as I said before, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Like the video. And I appreciate you guys stopping by on my channel. See you guys later.